what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
All right, yo. Y'all check out my Michigan rappers, King Sound and G Mac Cash. Just dropped a new hip-hop single. The Butchers is out on all digital platforms. Make sure you tune in and check them out. The Butchers by King Sound and G Mac Cash. Links in the description. Make sure you check it out. YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple, regular YouTube. So make sure you go support these brothers, man. And peace. All right, man. I wanted to get to this video. I don't know if I promised this video. I said in one of the videos I was going to get to it. But y'all know I don't cut videos in order. They don't go up in order. A lot of times I cut them and then I figure out where I want to place them on the day and what day. But yeah, man, I watched the Pacquiao exhibitions. I talk about Pacquiao. I think the WBC even may have came out, allegedly, don't quote me on it, and said that they would sanction Pacquiao and Barrios. After what I seen in his exhibition bout with that kickboxer, absolutely not. I believe it was only like 4 rounds. I watched it. I watched the entire thing. He fought a kickboxer. Ryan was there ringside because it was talk some years ago, him and Ryan fighting. Ryan spilled the beans, so the fight didn't happen. He couldn't keep his mouth shut like the mean girl he is. Regina ass ninja. But what I seen in that fight, man, maybe he didn't train, but Pacquiao don't got that bounce. And he was getting hit with a bunch of right hands. He got hit with a couple left hooks. Right, left, roll it, he looked slow. His body looked kind of soft. He older. He looked way worse than he did versus Ugas. But for 4 rounds, Pacquiao probably didn't do no training for 4 rounds. But he got to understand, he's about almost 46 years old. If you're auditioning for an opportunity, which it sounded like I read they gave it to him, for them to give you the Barrios fight, you got to give a fan something, And there was no winner in the exhibition. That's why Floyd liked to do exhibition. But it was a couple of times where that kickboxer had him in trouble. And that kickboxer wasn't a bad boxer at all. Kickboxing and boxing different. He was throwing some heat. He was a lot bigger than Manny Pacquiao. No diddy. And he was having his way with him. Pacquiao landed a good shot. He ate it, came back, hit Pacquiao with some good rights, some good lefts. So for what I seen from Manny Pacquiao, bro, the magic is gone. The speed, the feints, the bounce. He still had a nice little left hand. Left hand don't carry the thump no more. Just looking at that in its entirety. Looking at that in its entirety, I would say, in that fight now, he trained hard, and you got to understand, making a way for Pacquiao ain't shit. He's a naturally small guy, but, he was predicated on his speed. His speed and his ability to outlast his opponents. So he was able to throw the same amount of punches in the first quarter of the fight all the way into the last quarter of the fight. And he was able just to outwork guys. He was able to throw a bunch of punches, feints, turn them. His angles and his feints was his game and his combination punching. He was able to turn you, run combinations, turn you, feint, act like you're going to come, and then pause. And then, turn you again, get off, pause, and do things of that nature. So the things that made him a phenomenal fighter are no longer there. Those just fast twitch muscles, the speed. Without the speed, it ain't no feints. Without the feints, the left hand, and the speed, the left hand ain't as special neither. So, yeah, man, I looked at that fight, and I'm like, yeah, he probably didn't train. You know what I'm saying? But old Buddy came to fight. And old Buddy's a younger fighter that's probably, still in his prime. But to sit there and try to say, well, we want to put the Pacquiao fight on, doesn't anybody care about these guys' health? Excuse me. People should be caring about Manny Pacquiao's health. You know what I'm saying? People should be caring about Manny Pacquiao's health. So if any sanctionable body is going to sanction that fight, shit, go ahead. But I think they should be worried about Manny Pacquiao's health. But, Pacquiao, if he knew the Barrios fight was a possibility, I felt like he should have came in shape. He should have fought, maybe not in come in shape to destroy him. Just mess with him and show you still kind of got it. But that's gonna be a hard fight to sell. Real talk, that's gonna be a hard fight to sell. To tell us to go in there and watch Manny Pacquiao take on, Barrios after seeing we seen, and what we seen versus the Ugas fight, and that was how many years ago? Shit, about 2-3 years ago. So he even a little bit more slower than he is now. So, in my opinion, that's a tough sell. Maybe he should get another exhibition in and get in shape. But for the Mario Barrios fight, he gonna come in shape. But just seeing what I seen from him, just even if you out of shape, even for a round, for 4 rounds, you should have still seen the explosive factor. And he versus Dennis Ugas, he didn't have that it no more. He ain't had that speed no more. He ain't had that, kind of like Roy Jones Jr. When his speed dropped off, when athleticism was gone, it was a wrap. And Roy got a great boxing mind, but a lot of things that he did was predicated off his athleticism. One thing with Manny Pacquiao and Roy, speed, feints, they was able to get in and get out and do things other fighters couldn't do. Roy can pull out, pause, with his hands down, his chin up. It's Roy Jones. Manny Pacquiao was able to, jump in with his left hand. Just jump in and jump out when he wanted to. But when you drop off that second, when you drop off a second, now you getting tagged on the way out. So now you're getting tagged on the way out. So pause. So yeah, when you don't have that athleticism and it's predicated on your athletic ability, your game it's predicated on your conditioning, your speed. Your speed is connected to your feints. Now what you gonna do from a technical standpoint of view? What are you gonna do from a technical standpoint of view? So, like I said before, he was trying to jump in with the left hand and do some things here and there, but honestly, for me to, it's a wrap. I don't know how they gonna see. A lot of people probably didn't see that exhibition. And maybe they still gonna want to sell it. I know Barrios will want an opportunity to officially retire Manny Pacquiao. He'll want the payday, and like I said, Barrios has fought who they said fight. When it came to Keith Thurman, when it came to Gervonta Davis, when it came to Dennis Ugas, he's fought some guys, and he deserved a payday. We would love to see him fight Jerron Boots Ennis. We would love to see that. But if he got an opportunity to get that Manny Pacquiao bag, get it to him. And they're going to do it in the Middle East, or Al Hammond going to put the money up. But at some point, we have to get from under the Manny Pacquiao Mayweather era. They still holding on to the clout they had. They held the sport hostage from 2008, 9-ish, all the way to when they fought. I don't know if that was 14, 15, somewhere in there. So they held it up for about a half a decade, a little bit more than half a decade, depending on what timeline you wanted to use. They had their day time. They still like a dark cloud over the sport of boxing. They still don't want to let it go. You hear a lot of people talking about how the older women don't want to be grandmas no more. The cougars don't want to be cougars no more. They don't want to be grandmas no more. But a lot of these old boxers, let's keep it funky. A lot of these old boxers don't want to be boxers no more. They don't want to be boxers no more. They don't want to let go being a boxer. They want to live in their glory days. Nobody want to take a back seat. Only time you really want to take a back seat from glory is when you tired. You sick and tired. You sick and tired. You sick of being tired. Like Michael Jordan was like, I'm ready to go. Even he came back. And to this day, he won't do interviews. So when you tired, you sick and tired, for real, you walk away. You'll walk away. When you sick and tired of, dealing with the multiple women, that shit get old. A lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people believe, oh man, shit get old. Well, at some point, even passions you need a break from. You might be very passionate about working on cars. You just do it so much, you say it's a passion, and you need a break. You know, can't eat at the same restaurant every night, can you? You get sick and tired of it. So, at some point, boxing is sick and tired of Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. It's time for them to just remove themselves, be the elder statesman, be a shoulder to lean on, be a be a resource, and let it go. But it's hard for people to let it go. Hard for people to let it go. So I see so many athletes, they transition into, out to retirement, and they end up struggling. I don't know what to do next. I'm struggling. You've been doing something for so long. It's hard to reach that. It's hard to reach that itch. You got to find a way to reach that itch and turn that competitive juice somewhere else. Some people, Hall of Fame wide receiver Marvin Harrison, I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. He said, he walked away from football to raise his sons. He put his passion and his energy into making sure his sons. He said it was an easy decision for him to walk away from football and retire because he wanted to be there for his son. And to be honest, a man's purpose is for his family, his offspring, his family in general. That's the purpose. It's the main goal. But hey, hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts. Check out the Patreon. Let me know what y'all think about it. Y'all still want to see Pacquiao and Barrios? Y'all thought Pacquiao just was out of shape and bullshitting around? Think Pacquiao can get in better shape, or you think Barrios should move on and do something else? Pause.